it does seem like we need something
Yeah.
that hold us together, that points to a reason to be around. I don't really understand the argument for equal dignity absent the soul. And it's part of what anchors my faith. You know, I am Catholic, I'm a practicing Catholic. Through an evolutionary lens, through just pure materialist, we somehow there was this Big Bang thing. Don't get me started on where that came from.
Mm.
But through a process that looks kind of like the math game, the game of life, a couple initial conditions gave rise to an emergent complexity that ultimately accidentally ended up with these conscious creatures, and we are having this conversation. And maybe we have free will, maybe we don't. What does that mean? I don't know. Um, if you're going to be like an alien observer, we are not equal creatures. There's like no world in which we have equality, other than in like a kind of linguistic tautology. Like, well, you're both humans, therefore you're equal in your humanness.
Mm.
So, how do you think about like the liberal principle of equality, and can it survive the death of God?
God. I I feel like my morals personally have always been about equality, and I've never ever believed in any kind of deity. So that came naturally from me. Um, I had this debate with a guy called Connor Tomlinson who was on the show, and he's Christian, and he was saying it just seems that these morals we have are too perfect. They've almost been sculpted for us to be the way we are and to have a functioning community. So, for example, equality and those kinds of things. So he's suggesting so God must have imbued us with them, and that's what the Bible teaches us. And I said, but that's exactly the argument of the evolutionary theorists, which is this took 300,000 years and millions of years before that, before we were even human. But the last 300,000 years of different tribe dynamics and countless generations of tribes that went wrong because they didn't have the right morals that makes for a good society. So this was the inevitability of 300,000 years, which is such a long time that it's impossible for people to even imagine how long that is. Those who had that desire to create fairly equal societies prospered. So it makes sense that genetically that was passed down to us. We have an innate sense of unfairness, which you see in children. You see children at a very young age before they even know what God is.